Hello and welcome to Omni Deep Dive. We explore any topic from finance and technology to literature and science. Sit back, focus, and get ready to dive deep.
Okay, let's get into this. We're doing a deep dive on the psychological thriller, The Coworker. And this is a book that really takes that mundane, corporate cubicle world and just turns it into an absolute nightmare.
Oh, completely. It's a story all about deception, revenge, and how it all spirals out of control. So for you, we're going to unpack the big twists, follow the timeline of this so-called disappearance, and really get into the motives behind this incredibly elaborate plot.
And it all starts at a company called Vixt. They sell nutritional supplements. Our main character is Natalie Farrell. She's the star saleswoman, very ambitious, very entitled, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and her whole life is just the polar opposite of her cubicle mate, Dawn Schiff.
That contrast is everything, isn't it? Natalie sort of breezes in at, 9-ish, and Dawn is, well, she's like a machine.
A machine is the perfect word. I mean, she arrives at 8.45 on the dot, bathroom break at 10.15, lunch at 11.45, another break at 2.30. You can set your watch to her.
And she even describes herself as a shy turtle, right? Someone who just pulls back into her shell to avoid everything.
Exactly. So when that routine is broken, when she doesn't show up for work, that's the first red flag.
But the real nightmare, the thing that kicks it all off, is when Natalie answers Dawn's ringing desk phone.
Right, it's a blocked number, and all she hears is this terrified female voice just whispering two words, "Help me."
Chilling. And this happens right after Dawn had sent these really urgent emails the day before to Natalie and their boss, Seth Hoffman.
Yeah, asking for a meeting about a matter of great importance.
But Natalie, being Natalie, just blows it off. She figures Dawn's idea of great importance is probably, a spreadsheet error or something gross in the fridge.
She completely underestimates her, and that's her biggest mistake. But then the physical evidence starts to appear.
The turtle figurine. She finds this ceramic turtle on her desk, and it's not the old broken one Dawn had given her before. This one is new.
And it's stained with something.
Something dark red. And she says it smells metallic, like blood. But what's so telling about her character is that she doesn't scream or call the police.
No, what does she do? She just nudges it to the corner of her desk and turns it to face the wall.
Tries to just ignore it, make it go away.
She really does. And when she finally goes to her boss, Seth, he's just as dismissive. He wants no part of it.
But even while he's trying to calm her down, Natalie notices a couple of things about him that are pretty suspicious.
Yeah, this is a great detail. The first thing is the tan line on his finger.
Right, a bright white line where his wedding ring should be,
Yeah.
but the ring is gone.
And the second thing is the photo of his wife, Melinda, that's usually on his desk. It's gone too.
Yeah.
It's a really quick way to show you that everything at Vixt is kind of built on secrets.
So with no help at the office, Natalie's anxiety finally gets the best of her, and she drives over to Dawn's house.
And it looks normal at first. An off-yellow house, Dawn's green Honda Civic is parked right outside. But this is the moment things really shift.
This is where it gets real.
Totally. She goes inside, and the place is silent. She finds broken glass,
Yeah.
and then a lot of blood.
Yeah.
All over the living room.
And that's it. The police get called, and this whole thing immediately flips from a missing person case to a murder investigation.
With Natalie as suspect number one.
Yeah, Detective Santoro zeroes in on her right away. He picks up on how nervous she is, how she keeps talking about Dawn in the past tense.
Oh, that's a classic slip-up. She says Dawn didn't have a boyfriend and then has to backtrack. She doesn't have a boyfriend.
Too late. Santoro's already convinced, so Natalie panics and tries to build herself an alibi.
Right. She goes to her boyfriend, Caleb McCullough. He's a part-time web developer. And she basically forces him to lie for her.
She tells him to tell the police they were together all night when Dawn disappeared.
And he agrees, but you could just feel how uncomfortable he is. He calls it a white lie, but it's clearly more than that.
Well, and here's where the perspective shifts, because we start seeing things through Dawn's eyes from before she vanished.
Through her emails to her friend, Mia Hodge. And you realize Dawn wasn't just this timid little turtle. She was watching everything.
She was incredibly observant. She even noted that Vixt products, like the Health stuff Natalie sells, had zero scientific proof behind them. She called them sugar pills.
I love that detail. But she found much bigger secrets than that. The first one was the affair.
Between Natalie and their boss, Seth.
Yep. She noticed how he'd only touch Natalie, how they'd shut his office door to, fool around.
But the second secret she found, that was the one that could actually land Natalie in jail.
Oh, yeah. Dawn, being the accountant, uncovered that Natalie was embezzling money. Thousands and thousands of dollars, just skimming it off the big sales accounts.
So all that bullying, lying about meeting times, insulting her clothes, throwing out those turtle cupcakes she baked.
The infamous turtle cupcakes.
Yeah, it wasn't just casual cruelty, it was strategic. She was trying to intimidate the one person who could expose her.
Exactly. And it all comes crashing down when Santoro tells Natalie they found a body.
Dawn's body, beaten to death with a blunt object, and they think the weapon was one of Dawn's own turtle figurines.
And the evidence against Natalie is just overwhelming. Her fingerprints are at the scene, and then Caleb, her boyfriend, breaks. He confesses the alibi was a lie.
And he doesn't stop there. He tells the police all about Natalie's history of bullying Dawn. It's the final nail in the coffin.
She's arrested very publicly at this charity 5K that she herself organized. It's the ultimate humiliation.
And right there, when she's in a jail cell, convinced her life is over, we get the book's first massive twist.
The one that changes absolutely everything.
What was it? What was the piece of evidence that just blew the whole case apart?
It's her lawyer. He's going over the police files and finds something incredible. The DNA from the body they found, it does not match Dawn Schiff.
So, Dawn's not dead.
Not even close. She faked the whole thing. She's alive, hiding out in some motel in Rhode Island, watching this all play out.
Wow, okay. But that's not even the end of it. The next shock is about Caleb, the boyfriend.
The reluctant liar. Turns out he wasn't reluctant at all. He was in on it from the very beginning. He was Dawn's co-conspirator.
So he didn't agree to the alibi to protect Natalie?
No. He agreed because that was part of Dawn's plan. He needed to agree to the alibi and then break it later to make Natalie look even more guilty. He was the one planting evidence.
That bloody turtle on her desk.
And another one he planted in her laundry hamper for the police to find. The betrayal is just absolute.
Okay, so this whole elaborate frame-up, there has to be a huge motive behind it. This isn't just about office bullying.
Not at all. This goes way back to high school. Caleb reveals that his last name isn't really McCullough. His real name is Caleb Hodge. He's the brother of Amelia Hodge.
Amelia Hodge. Wait, that's Mia Hodge, the friend Dawn was emailing.
The very same. Amelia had cerebral palsy. And years ago in high school, Natalie and her friend Tara Wilkes bullied her mercilessly. They would mimic her speech. Just horrible cruelty that drove Amelia to suicide. She slit her wrists.
My God, so this entire thing, getting jobs at Vixt, the affair, the embezzlement, it was all just a stage.
It was a perfectly constructed trap, and the real reason for it all was revenge for his suicide that happened over a decade ago.
And Dawn was the perfect person to execute it. The quiet accountant nobody notices.
The perfect architect. And you have to appreciate the details. The blood in her house. It was her own blood. She cut her own wrist, a direct echo of Amelia's suicide, to create just enough convincing evidence of foul play.
And that, help me call.
All part of the show. She called her own desk from another phone in the Vixt office to kickstart the police investigation. It's genius in a terrifying way.
So now we're hurtling toward the climax. Natalie is out of jail, and the goal shifts. It's not about the frame-up anymore. It's about stopping Dawn.
Right, because Caleb is now terrified. He thinks Dawn's plan is to kill herself for real this time. Drown herself with a cinder block tied to her leg to provide a body, and seal Natalie's conviction forever.
So Natalie, Seth, and Caleb are all racing to find her. And on the way, Seth, who now feels terrible for accusing Natalie of stealing, he drops the final bomb.
The identity of the body in the woods. The one they thought was Dawn.
Who was it?
It was Tara Wilkes, Natalie's old friend from high school. The other bully.
So Dawn didn't just frame Natalie, she actually murdered the other person responsible for Amelia's death.
This was never just about justice. It was about lethal retribution.
And when Natalie finally confronts Dawn on this pier, the whole plan it falls apart.
It does. Dawn admits Caleb never would have let her actually kill Natalie, but she's completely unapologetic about killing Tara. And for the first time, Natalie is actually honest. She admits what she did to Amelia was horrible, unforgivable.
And that's what talks Dawn down. She realizes the frame failed anyway because Caleb confessed everything. So she drops the cinder block in the water and gives up.
Which brings us to this really strange, unsettling ending set 1 year later. It's not neat and tidy at all.
No. Dawn and Caleb are engaged. They're running the 5K for Amelia's charity together.
And Natalie and Seth are a couple now. He left his wife. And Natalie is not only back at Vixt.
She's still stealing from the company.
Worse. She's skimming money from the charity donations. And Her justification is, and I'm quoting here, Amelia owes me after all the trouble she got me into.
It's unbelievable. So there's no justice. There's just a deal, a silent pact.
A truce. Natalie won't tell anyone that Dawn murdered Tara, and Dawn won't tell anyone. Natalie is still embezzling money. They're locked together in this dark, twisted partnership.
So the victim was the architect of the crime, the villain becomes a victim, and then goes right back to being a villain.
And it all just reinforces the main theme, right? Never, ever underestimate the quiet person in the corner. Dawn was dismissed by everyone, and she was playing a long game nobody even knew existed.
The end isn't satisfying in a traditional sense. It's uncomfortable. Justice isn't served. It's just bartered away.
Exactly. So that's the question we're left with and the one we want to leave you with. If Natalie is now funding her life with stolen charity money, and Dawn got away with murder and is building a new life on a foundation of revenge, who really won here, the thief or the murderer?
That wraps up this Omni Deep Dive episode. Thank you for listening. If you found value in today's deep dive, please click like and subscribe to our channel. Take care.